Every night, countless older adults go to bed hoping their bodies and minds will finally get the rest they need. Yet morning arrives, and instead of feeling restored, they wake up feeling heavier, physically, mentally, and emotionally. It's a deep kind of tiredness that coffee can't cut through and medications rarely solve. The Sleep Foundation reports that nearly 45% of adults over 60 regularly experience morning brain fog, a dull, sluggish heaviness that lingers well past breakfast. From over 30 years of working closely with people, one thing has become clear to me: this struggle isn't only about sleep quality. It's about what the brain receives, or misses, in the hours leading up to rest. We hear advice about slowing down, avoiding screens, and lowering the lights. But far less attention is given to what the brain truly needs at night to heal and reset. And often, the solution isn't found in a pill bottle. Sometimes, it's something simple, warm, and familiar, something that's been quietly waiting in your own kitchen. If you're just joining us, I'm glad you're here. And if brain health, steady energy, and clearer thinking matter to you, take a moment to subscribe so you don't miss the information that truly counts. Let me gently clarify something: this isn't about diet fads or costly supplements. What we're talking about is real, everyday food, thoughtfully cooked vegetables that can help calm brain inflammation, support the brain's natural cleansing process, and encourage emotional clarity by morning. I've witnessed this shift many times. Older adults have shared with me, "I sleep through the night, yet I wake up feeling like my thoughts are moving through mud." So here is my promise to you. If you stay with me through this video, you won't just hear about 3 often overlooked vegetables that support brain health. You'll learn why they work, how to prepare them, and how to gently guide your mind back to feeling like it's working with you, not against you. No exaggeration, no trends, just grounded science, real experiences, and food that truly supports the brain. And it all begins tonight. If there's one vegetable I wish more older adults would give proper attention to, it's pumpkin. Not the sweet pie filling or anything processed, but real pumpkin, gently cooked until soft, served warm in the evening. The kind that feels comforting, almost like a quiet signal to the brain that it's time to rest. Pumpkin's strength isn't just in its taste or texture. Its real impact begins once it's inside the body, especially when eaten before sleep. Each serving of cooked pumpkin contains a natural mix of beta-carotene, gentle amounts of tryptophan, and calming minerals like magnesium and potassium. Together, these nutrients act as support for the brain's overnight repair process. As we get older, the brain becomes less efficient at managing inflammation. The microglial cells, the brain's built-in cleanup system, slow down. Instead of clearing away waste during sleep, residue is left behind. This is when mental fog appears, memories feel less sharp, and thinking seems heavier than it should. Research suggests that carotenoid-rich foods like pumpkin can help counter this process. In 2021, the Journal of Medicinal Food reported that regular beta-carotene intake reduced age-related cognitive decline by supporting the health of hippocampal neurons, the area of the brain involved in memory formation and emotional balance. Building on that, a 2022 study from Seoul National University followed older adults who ate a simple 150-gram portion of cooked pumpkin at dinner for 6 weeks. Compared to the control group, they experienced better sleep quality, lower levels of neuroinflammation, and noticeably improved morning alertness. I've also seen these effects in everyday practice. One patient, Arthur, came to me worried about forgetfulness and constant afternoon crashes. Serious conditions were ruled out. His sleep was fairly normal, yet his mind felt drained. I suggested adding a small bowl of mashed pumpkin to his dinner 3 times a week. Within 2 weeks, he told me, I can follow conversations again. That wasn't luck or magic, it was nourishment allowing the brain to do what it's meant to do. What makes pumpkin especially helpful is how gently it works with the nervous system. Its natural tryptophan supports melatonin production without overstimulating the brain. The slow-releasing carbohydrates help keep blood sugar steady through the night, reducing the early morning adrenaline surge that many seniors mistake for insomnia. And then there's magnesium. Just 100 grams of cooked pumpkin provides enough magnesium to activate GABA receptors in the brain, the same calming pathway targeted by many anti-anxiety medications, but here it's delivered naturally, without unwanted side effects. Keep preparation simple. Steam or boil fresh pumpkin cubes until they're soft. You may add a light sprinkle of cinnamon or turmeric for added anti-inflammatory support. Avoid butter and skip added sugar. Let the pumpkin's natural flavor remain untouched. Eat it warm, about 1 to 2 hours before bedtime, the moment your body begins shifting from alertness into repair mode. What matters most here is consistency, not large portions. A single serving won't create overnight change. But over time, this repeated message to your nervous system helps your brain feel safe, supported, and ready to heal. That's how meaningful change begins, not through pills, but through patience, awareness, and the right kind of nourishment on your plate. Among the many vegetables we tend to overlook, the carrot is often one of the most underestimated, especially when it comes to brain health. Most people think of carrots only in terms of eyesight. Yet when carrots are cooked and eaten in the evening, they can gently support brain chemistry, lower oxidative stress, and help the mind feel clearer by the next morning. Much of this benefit comes from how carrots change with cooking. Unlike many vegetables that lose their value when heated, carrots actually become more supportive in certain ways. Heat softens their firm plant fibers, allowing greater release of beta-carotene, a strong antioxidant that helps protect delicate brain tissue from damage caused by free radicals. Beta-carotene isn't working alone. Carrots also contain luteolin, a naturally occurring flavonoid that has drawn attention for its role in reducing neuroinflammation. In 2020, the Journal of Nutrition, Health and Aging published findings showing that luteolin can help block inflammatory pathways in microglial cells, the brain's cleanup system responsible for removing toxins and maintaining balance as we age. By easing this inflammatory burden, luteolin helps preserve neural connections, particularly in regions linked to memory and emotional regulation. In simple terms, this means that a warm serving of cooked carrots at night may help the brain stay organized and efficient while you sleep. This support becomes increasingly important after the age of 60. As we get older, the brain's protective filter, the blood-brain barrier, naturally weakens, allowing more harmful compounds to pass through. A 2019 study published in Frontiers in Aging Neuroscience found that dietary flavonoids like luteolin can help strengthen this barrier, making it less vulnerable to toxins and inflammatory substances that accelerate cognitive aging. There's also a quieter benefit that many people don't expect. Cooked carrots contain small amounts of natural sugars, enough to promote fullness and stabilize blood sugar, but not enough to cause insulin spikes. This balance is especially valuable at night. When blood sugar drops too low during sleep, the body releases stress hormones such as cortisol and adrenaline, which can suddenly wake the brain. The slow, steady digestion of carrots helps prevent these. Nighttime disruptions, supporting deeper and more continuous rest. From a physical standpoint, cooked carrots are also gentle on aging digestive systems. Soft, warm, and soothing, they offer sensory comfort alongside nutritional value. That warmth alone can send calming signals through the vagus nerve, helping the body shift into a parasympathetic state, often described as rest and digest. Timing matters. For best results, enjoy cooked carrots about 90 minutes before bedtime. Steaming or light roasting works well. You don't need a large portion, a small serving with dinner is enough to provide steady support over time. A light drizzle of olive oil can improve absorption of fat-soluble nutrients, or a pinch of ginger can add an extra anti-inflammatory benefit. Keep the preparation simple, and avoid added sugar or heavy seasoning. True nourishment doesn't come from extremes. It comes from consistency, from calm, steady signals the brain understands. And the humble carrot, so often ignored, may quietly help restore mental clarity, one gentle bite at a time. When most people hear the word cabbage, they picture coleslaw or a plain, forgettable side dish. Rarely is it seen as something that can deeply support the brain. Yet when cabbage is cooked properly and eaten at the right time, it becomes exactly that. As a member of the cruciferous family, alongside broccoli and kale, cabbage offers similar benefits, but in a much gentler and more digestible form. This makes it especially suitable for seniors, particularly in the evening. It may not look like a trendy superfood, but the quiet work it does in the brain overnight is surprisingly powerful. From a scientific perspective, cabbage contains natural compounds called glucosinolates. When cabbage is cooked, these compounds break down into sulforaphane and indole, 3-carbinol, two substances known to support detoxification in both the liver and the brain. Sulforaphane helps activate the brain's antioxidant defense system by increasing glutathione levels in aging neurons. Glutathione is often described as the body's master antioxidant, the brain's own internal cleansing agent. When levels are low, toxins accumulate, thinking slows, and brain fog becomes heavier. Cooked cabbage supports the body's ability to produce glutathione naturally, gently, and consistently. Cabbage also offers another important benefit: it is rich in vitamin K1. While vitamin K1 is commonly associated with blood clotting and bone strength, research suggests it also plays a role in brain health. In 2019, findings published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition showed that older adults with higher vitamin K intake performed better on verbal memory tests. Researchers suggested that vitamin K helps regulate communication between brain cells, particularly in the prefrontal cortex, the area involved in focus, planning, and decision-making. What makes cabbage especially supportive in the evening is its unique balance of low calories, high fiber, and calming minerals such as calcium. The fiber nourishes the gut microbiome, which we now know communicates directly with the brain. A healthier gut environment supports the production of key neurotransmitters, including serotonin, a chemical that plays a central role in mood stability and healthy sleep rhythms. I've seen this effect personally. One patient, Helen, struggled for years with restless, anxious sleep. I suggested a simple change: sautéed cabbage with olive oil and garlic, eaten with dinner 3 times a week. After just 2 weeks, she told me, for the first time in months, my mind didn't race at night. It just settled. That kind of response isn't unusual. It's what happens when the nervous system is consistently given the right building blocks to function calmly. Keep the method gentle. Steaming, braising, or light sautéing works best. Avoid strong vinegar or heavy which can irritate sensitive digestion. Adding a little garlic or a pinch of turmeric can enhance the anti-inflammatory benefits. If cabbage has caused gas or bloating in the past, start with smaller portions, about half a cup, and allow your body time to adjust. Don't underestimate its simplicity. Beneath its layers lies more than flavor. There's a quiet strength that supports peace, memory, and focus. Often, the most effective remedies are the ones that draw the least attention. And cabbage, warm, cooked, and unassuming, truly deserves a place on your plate and in your nighttime routine. Now that you understand how these 3 vegetables, pumpkin, carrots, and cabbage, support the brain, the next step is gently bringing them into your daily life. Knowledge alone isn't where change happens. Change comes through small, repeated actions. And the beauty of this approach is how simple it is. You can begin as early as tonight. When people ask me, what should I actually eat, this is what I usually suggest. Start with an evening meal that ends at least 2 hours before bedtime. This gives your digestive system time to slow down and settle, allowing your body to transition more easily into rest. Each evening, focus on just one of these vegetables, not all 3 together. Rotating them throughout the week allows your brain to receive a wider range of nutrients without overwhelming your system. For example, One evening you might enjoy warm mashed pumpkin with a light drizzle of olive oil and a touch of cinnamon. The next night, steamed carrots with a small pinch of ginger. Another evening, gently sautéed cabbage with olive oil and garlic. Then simply repeat the cycle. There's no complexity here. Just calm, steady nourishment. Portion sizes don't need to be large. About half a cup to 1 cup of the cooked vegetable is more than enough. These foods are naturally rich in nutrients. What matters most is consistency, not quantity. To help your body absorb these nutrients more effectively, you can pair the vegetables with healthy fats like extra virgin olive oil or a small slice of avocado. Try to avoid added sugars, heavy sauces, or processed seasonings. Let the vegetables work in their natural form. Timing also plays an important role. Aim to eat dinner sometime between 6 o'clock and 7 p.m. This allows your body to shift from digestion into repair mode before sleep. The brain's most active repair window typically occurs between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m., when these nutrients are best utilized. Gentle hydration helps too. A glass of warm water or herbal tea after dinner can support circulation without putting strain on the body overnight. Most importantly, give this routine time. Commit to it for at least 3 weeks, not just a night or two. The brain responds to rhythm and repetition. Healing doesn't come from intensity, it comes from steady, supportive habits. You don't need to be perfect. All you need is a plate, a simple meal, and a little intention. Over time, your brain will respond. And you'll begin to notice it in the quiet moments of clearer mornings and steadier days. If you've stayed with me until now, thank you, not just for watching, but for caring about your brain. That care alone places you ahead of many who are never given this information. You now understand something rarely discussed: the brain doesn't simply decline with age. It adapts. It responds. And when given the right environment, it can continue to renew itself. Very often, that environment begins with food, not expensive supplements or medications, but warm, simple vegetables that humans have relied on for generations. Prepared thoughtfully, eaten at the right time, and repeated with patience. Pumpkin to calm the nervous system, carrots to support clarity and balance. Cabbage to gently clear mental fog. None of these are fashionable trends, but each one works in its own quiet way. If there's one message I hope you carry with you, it's this: your brain is still listening. Even if you've struggled for years, even if you've been told that decline is inevitable, there is still space for improvement. Space to feel calmer. Space to think more clearly. Space to wake up feeling like your mind is truly your own again. You don't need a perfect diet. You need a pattern, small, thoughtful choices repeated with care. And this is a beautiful place to begin. If this video offered you a sense of hope, consider sharing it with someone who may need that same reassurance tonight. Leave a comment below, I read every one. And if you're new here, you're welcome to subscribe so you can continue this journey toward better brain health with us. Until next time, take good care of yourself. Your mind is worth it.